We begin with the deadly mass shooting in Stockton. And tonight, for the first time, we're getting a look inside the bullet-riddled crime scene where 15 people were shot as people are looking for a way forward after that violence. And tonight, law enforcement agencies are still working to identify and arrest the shooters who killed 4 young people and injured 11 others. Good evening, and thank you for joining us here for our News at 11. I'm Edie Lambert.
I'm Gulston Dart. Here is the latest right now on the shooting. As we know it tonight, law enforcement says that there were about 100 to 150 people at that birthday party when the shooting broke out before 6 o'clock Saturday evening. 15 people were shot, 4 were killed, 11 people were injured. We know that the people killed were 8, 9, 14, and 21 years old. Investigators have yet to confirm the names of those killed, but the 14-year-old has been identified as Amari Peterson, and family and friends of the 21-year-old victim identify him as Susano Archuleta. Governor Gavin Newsom ordering flags to be flown at half-staff in remembrance of those 4 young people who died and the 11 others who were injured in the shooting. The governor saying on social media that, quote, no child should ever have their life taken from them. KCRA 3's Andres Valle is live for us in Stockton tonight with more on the latest in the investigation.
Oh yeah, Gulston, Edie, the big headline, of course, is that the manhunt for the people responsible in this mass shooting is still continuing. The San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office says that they believe there's multiple shooters involved in all of this, and tonight that memorial continues to grow. Let's show you kind of what we're seeing out here. You can see a lot of these candles lit. This is right in front of the banquet hall where all of this happened, and a lot more flowers have been dropped off within really the past couple of hours or so. But let's show you that firsthand look of what the aftermath looked like inside the banquet hall. Now, the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office says the shooting happened at a 2-year-old's birthday party on Saturday. And you can see in one of these photos the happy birthday banner still hanging and what appears to be a playpen destroyed and kid shoes scattered on the floor. One woman even carrying a pair of shoes that looked like to be for a child. Now, we noticed family members yesterday coming to the banquet hall to remove these decorations after investigators cleared the scene. And in an interview with NBC News, Sheriff Patrick Withrow explained why he believes multiple people will be arrested and charged in connection to this deadly shooting.
At this point, we think we had multiple shooters at the site, but I can honestly tell you we're looking for multiple people because this didn't happen in a vacuum. So we had people that helped them set this up, people that knew this was going to go down, and then after it happened, these guys got away somehow. So they had help afterwards. So we're going to go after everyone that had anything to do with this, and so it'll be multiple people that will be taken into custody for this.
Now, we did make contact with a lot of those witnesses who were inside the banquet hall, as well as those family members of those victims as well. A lot of them we spoke to, again, off camera. They said that they weren't ready to speak with us. They declined our requests because you can imagine the amount of media requests that they're receiving right now. But we did speak to the great aunt of that 2-year-old who's having her birthday party right here. She told me that she just wants the people responsible to be caught, put in jail, and again, be held responsible for all of this. Again, the victims' families, too, that we spoke to tonight said that they could be open to the idea of speaking to us in the coming days, but as of right now, a lot of this is still fresh. I mean, you saw those photos, just seeing those kids' shoes on the ground after the tragedy that happened here kind of leaves you a little bit speechless. Live in Stockton, Andres Valle, KCRA 3 News.
Yeah, it is a terrible scene to take in. That is for sure. Andres, thank you. Well, Stockton's Mayor Christina Fugazi is now calling for the creation of a task force in response to the mass shooting. The mayor wants to include the Justice Department, the FBI, and the ATF. She says it would have 2 goals. One would be to capture those responsible for the shooting and prosecute them. The mayor says that she wants to identify how young people are getting automatic weapons. The mayor adding in a statement, yes, we appreciate your thoughts and your prayers. And yes, long-term policy reforms matter, but we are not living in the long term. Stockton needs help now. And right now, there is a combined $75,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. The FBI is offering $50,000, and you can find their tip page. It's online. Stockton Crime Stoppers is offering $25,000. And here's the phone number, 209-946-0600, and you can remain anonymous.
Community organizers and nonprofits are working to support the victims of this tragedy. The Amelia Ann Adams Whole Life Center is working with Stockton's Office of Violence Prevention and the Stockton Unified School District. Right now, they are delivering clothes and making food boxes for the families who are impacted. They also have mental health counselors on their staff. The nonprofit will also help victims apply for the state's Victim Compensation Program under Cal VCB. That is designed to help victims of violent crimes cover funeral costs and other expenses. And many people in Stockton are searching for answers about why this happened and expressing fear about criminals in their city who are willing to open fire at a child's birthday party.
Yeah, and tonight 2 musicians are looking for a way to try to bring the community together by giving the city's youth a voice. KCRA 3's Cecil Hannibal takes us inside the recording studio, Traffic Records.
The scientists went answers taking learning even higher.
On the north side of Stockton, music artists Brian Williams and Diazene Stone are using their passions to call for peace.
Today, we're doing a peaceful anthem with the children of Stockton.
I wrote this song and I wanted to get these kids together.
A song to help this city heal.
I was at home with my lady and our phone just started blowing up.
Both the Stockton natives remember the moment they heard about the horrific mass shooting. And now the feeling of despair across the city after 15 people were shot at a children's birthday party on Saturday. 4 people dead, the youngest victim just 8 years old. Stockton's mayor claims it was related to gang violence, but investigators haven't confirmed if that's true just yet. Those in the community say, without a doubt, this is tied to Stockton's music scene.
Gang related, but it's rappers that are in gangs. It's tough because I can't say too much, but it's real gangs from different sides of town that have real bloodshed on both sides.
And that tragic loss of life has left so many angry and frustrated.
Y'all want to put children in gang politics. Y'all took children's lives. Stop taking black and brown lives. We taking each other lives.
But tonight, that pain is being channeled into passion.
I deserve a chance. I deserve a chance.
Giving this studio a new purpose. These artists inviting children from across the city to record a song.
Let me live and dance. Let me live and dance.
The hook.
I just want to grow up.
Lyrics that aren't just words anymore, but a message from the children of this community.
We've been saying pray for Stockton for the better part of 10 years. So all these praying for Stockton, I'm like, these prayers, it's not quite doing enough, you know? So I'm like, we got to do something tangible.
Something like artists becoming community activists, now calling on others in Stockton to do more.
I just want to grow up.
Cecil Hannibal, KCRA 3 News.
I just want to grow up.
Well, the artists hope that the song will be finished in about a week. They also want to gather community organizers and city officials to shoot a music video with those children. We will make sure to stay on top with the latest developments for you on air and online. Download our KCRA 3 app. It's free, and hit the push notifications and you'll get new information on the case as it comes in.